Hey there, Treasure Hunt fans. Your old pal Big D back here with another Star Trek update. I do want to start off by apologizing for last week. I did not do an episode update last week. I thought I did, but I didn't. So I am sorry for that. So this episode update is going to be for both episodes 11 and 12. I'll go over both episodes and give you my opinions on them. I'm also trying out a new light. Some people commented and complained that it was a little dark where we're at, so I'm trying a new light that I picked up on Amazon. So let me know if the lighting is okay. I know it's kind of bouncing off my glasses over here, but I need to see, so I'm having a little trouble with that, so bear with me on that. But let's talk Star Trek Discovery. So, Episode 11, The Wolf Inside. Here we are, Episode 2 in the Mirror Universe. At this point now, they've kind of settled into what they have to do, what they need to do. In this episode, Michael Burnham has taken command of the USS Shinzo, along with taking Captain Lorca with her as her prisoner. Meanwhile, you have Saru back on the ship, taking command of the Discovery, while Burnham and Lorca are away. Lieutenant Tyler also went with Burnham as well. So you've got these two sects now of the Discovery working in two different angles here, trying to make this all work out. So on the ship, we'll start with Discovery. On the ship, they're trying to get Stamets to get out of this coma that he's in. So Cadet Tilly is assigned by Saru to see if she can get him out of it, and she performs an experiment on him using the spores out of the mycelium drive. And I know I'm saying that wrong. I know I am. I do apologize for that. So she uses the spores to try to bring him out of it, and over the course of the episode, she almost kills him at one point, but at the end of the episode, she starts seeing he's starting to get a little bit better. So we got to make some sort of conclusion, because as you all know, in the alternate universe, there is the USS Defiant, which went through the Tholian web and entered that space through there. So their assumption is, and what they want to try to do is, they want to see if they can get the information about the USS Defiant to figure out a way to get back to their universe. So, but at the same time, they'd much rather probably just use the spore drive. That's why they're trying to get Stamets obviously back. Now, meanwhile, on the USS Shinzo, Burnham has taken command, and she's been given an assignment by the Emperor, which, oddly enough, we learn at the end of the episode is Captain Giorgio, who is a surprise. She is the supreme leader of the Terran Empire. So, in that episode, she's given instructions to take out the Resistance, and the Resistance is kind of funny because it's, instead of being made up with people that are from human beings, it's made up of Klingons, Andorians, Vulcans, Tellarites, all those other races that normally wouldn't be together. Like, the Klingons are working with these people, which, when Burnham goes down to the planet to propose a deal to try to save these people, because she doesn't want to kill them off, because her instructions are to kill them, destroy them, take them out. She doesn't want to do that because she knows it's wrong. But while she's down there, she realizes that somehow these races are able to get together. Now, in her universe, these races are fighting, especially with the Federation and the Klingon Empire are at war. So she's trying to figure out, how did they do this? Meanwhile, when she beamed down to the planet, she has Lieutenant Tyler with her as well. And Lieutenant Tyler's been showing some weird signs lately of things that aren't quite right. Like, he's kind of like his PTSD is starting to kick in. So while he's down there, they realize that the leader of the Resistance is Voq, the guy from the first few episodes who was told he was the successor to Tukuvma. So, of course, they're startled, and they're talking with his people, and of course nobody believes him because of the Terran Empire. But then out of nowhere comes Sarek with a goatee, which I thought was really funny because it's total like Spock from the Mirror Universe. The father had a goatee too, so he performs a mind meld on Burnham and assures all the people in the Resistance that no, she is legit. What she is saying is correct. And so they believe her, and they come up with a plan to get the people off the planet before she destroys the empty camp. But meanwhile, while they're discussing that, Lieutenant Tyler goes nuts. He all of a sudden starts speaking Klingon. He goes crazy, attacks Voq, and they go to a fight. Voq takes him down, and of course Burnham pulls him back before he's able to do some real damage. But she can't figure out why he's attacked. What's going on? Why is she? He had said earlier in the episode that she is his lifeline, that's to keep him tethered. All of a sudden, he's going crazy. So they go back to the ship, and they have a discussion in the ship, and he kind of freaks out. And at some point, because he committed treason, they want to kill him. So what she does is, she can't kill Tyler. She loves him. So what she does is she puts him in a transporter, gets a hold of Saru and says, hey, I'm going to transport him out into space here, pick him up really quick, and that's what they do to get Tyler back on the Discovery. But meanwhile, Captain Burnham, I guess you want to call her, is on the Shinzo, and she's waiting for the hour so those people can get out of there, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, these I want to say they look like torpedoes came and destroyed all the settlements on the planet, and she couldn't figure out what's going on, and then all of a sudden she gets contacted by the Emperor, which it turns out to be Captain Giorgio, her mentor, her probably the mother she never really had, I mean, she's really close to her, and all of a sudden she's the Emperor, and she's told to bow down. And it was really kind of an epic moment. It's like, oh, great. And so over the course of the episode, they found the information on the Defiant. They were able to download it off the Yoshishinzo, and they sent it over to Saru. The problem with it is most of the stuff's redacted. So they need more information. The only way to get that information is from the central file, which is on Emperor Giorgio's ship. So the episode ends with them realizing they need to go to that ship. So into that episode, great episode, really well done. Tyler, what is going on with him? He's having a bunch of issues and stuff like that. He's speaking Klingon all of a sudden. He's killed Dr. Culver, and now he's attacked Vogue on the Klingon Vogue. Like, he's just kind of going crazy. And I think it's beyond the PTSD, and we find out in the next episode it is beyond the PTSD. Matter of fact, we kind of learned towards the end of that episode from Laurel that he has been fused with Vogue before Vogue died. So they used parts of Vogue inside Tyler to mask who he really was, so Tyler could pass off as a Federation officer. But brain implants in his head, where Vogue's consciousness was placed in Tyler's brain, or head at least. So in other words, to infiltrate the Federation and bring back information to the Klingon Empire of the Federation. So we're finding this out at the end of that episode. So that, let's see here. Yeah, that is it. So that's what we have. The end of this episode, Captain Giorgio is demanding Burnham come to her ship. The Resistance, at least the main part of that Resistance, has been killed. Because the Terran Empire can't have the Resistance. And then, got Lorca, who's still captured. He's in the Agonizer right now, being tortured. And, the crew's doing their thing. So that is the end of Wolf Inside. Really good episode. A very big setup episode for episode 12. I really liked it. I thought it was really well done. I think we're learning more and more about these characters, which is really great. I love the Mirror Universe. It's fun. It's absolutely fun. So, episode 11, good episode. Now, let's get on to the night before last episode, which would be episode 12, which was called Vaulting Ambition. Now, in this episode, we see Berman and Lorca take a shuttlecraft at the beginning of the episode and warp out to Emperor Giorgio's ship, because she's going to turn him in. She's convinced. She's like, I captured him. Burnham died. It sounds like Burnham died in the Mirror Universe, and so everybody had written her off. And so when her coming back, with her popping back up, everybody's like, what's going on? She's telling everybody that I had to go underground because I need to capture him. I didn't want anybody to know I was alive, because Lorca has people who are on Giorgio's ship that are collaborators with him, and she didn't want anybody to know what she was doing because she wanted to capture him. She came with this whole elaborate story. So Giorgio has them come to her ship. Meanwhile, Stamets wakes up. He's in the Spore network. He's in the Spore network. And when he finally comes to the Spore network, he's sitting there talking to his Mirror Universe self of him, who is the Mirror Stamets, who has been stuck in the Spore drive mycelial stuff for quite a while now. And so he's the one that's been sending pictures like these little, throughout the last few episodes, you've seen Stamets have like glimpses of like a big ship and this and that. It's been the other alternate Stamets sending him those pictures as he's been using the Spore drive to try to lure him in. So Stamets' whole take through this episode is he's trying to figure a way out. He's trying to wake up, and the evil Stamets, you want to call him, is trying to get him to do that, because he figures that if he can help his alter ego get out of that, he'll get out of that network as well. And over the course of that episode, and I'm not sure how this happens, but all of a sudden Dr. Culber pops up out of nowhere and distracts the evil Stamets and gets the good Stamets to go off with him. And then in this interaction, he breaks it down and says, look, I died. I'm here just to warn you about that guy. He's not a very good guy, but I'm no longer here anymore, and you need to face that fact, and you need to wake up. And so they have a really sweet interaction between each other, and it's very touching, and it's very sad to see because all he wants to do is all Stamets wants to do is go back to the way it was, and he can't anymore because his husband is dead. So it's a very great scene. It was a really good scene, and it was really well done. And at the end of that scene, his husband's telling him, "You need to wake up. You need to wake up. That's what's going to happen." And then he wakes up. So Stamets is back, and of course he races right off right away because he needs to tell Saru what's going on and tell him what he's found out. So that's Stamets, and that was Tilly. Tilly helped through the whole thing to help him out. She was really instrumental in getting him to come out of that thing. So kudos to her. Meanwhile, you have the problem with Lieutenant Tyler. Lieutenant Tyler is now full Klingon. He is coming out. He is screaming Klingon slang. He's talking Klingon all over the place, and he can't control me. He's so strong they can't control me. They have to keep sedating him. And so at one point they get ready to sedate him, and he kind of kicks back into Tyler for a second and looks. Of course, he asks about Burnham. Where's Burnham? Is she okay? And then he looks at Saru, says, "Please help me." And then he goes back into Klingon mode. So Saru decides to go ahead and talk to L'Rell because L'Rell is stuck in their brig, and talks to her and says, "Look, what is going on?" And L'Rell finally spits it out. "Yes, we did surgically alter him. We implanted his memory, his consciousness onto Tyler, and the whole 9 yards what I talked to you about a few minutes ago." So Saru's like he is being tortured. We can't control him. He's having problems. He's getting to the point where he may die, and she doesn't care. She's just happy that Voq is back, and that that's the way it's supposed to be, and she's happy about that, and pushes Saru off. Saru comes back a little bit later and says we can't control him anymore. He's being tortured. He's in pain. And she's like, "Yeah, that's nice. I'm not going to help him." So Saru decides to pull a fast one, which I thought was pretty clever. He beamed Tyler into her cell with her. And of course, once she saw Tyler, she realized she does love him. She really does love him. And she realized that how much pain he was in, and decided to go ahead and help them take that consciousness out of Tyler and bring back Tyler. By doing so, she does complete the surgery with him, and by doing so, she does her Klingon death yell at the end because Voq is now dead. He is now officially gone. His consciousness is no longer there. We're back to Lieutenant Tyler, which makes it an interesting point because what are they going to do now? He killed Dr. Culber. He obviously has serious PTSD, and he had another consciousness on him. That character's going to be seriously messed up. So I'm not sure where they're going to go with that, but I'm really curious to see where they're going to go. So that's it for the Discovery. Now we hop over to not even the Shinzo anymore. We're hopping over to the supreme leader, the Emperor, Captain Giorgio. Now, Burnham brings in Lorca, and of course they take Lorca off and put him in their agonizer. And then it's revealed that Giorgio is actually the one in this universe that raised Burnham. She was never raised by Sarek. She actually was raised by Giorgio, which was like, whoa, are you kidding me? She's like, I took you from your parents when they died, and I raised you. I gave you everything you wanted. And an interesting little side note on that episode was after they had initially sent Lorca off, and they're standing there, and she told her to pick one of her Kelpians. Pick a Kelpian. So she picked one. Later in the episode, both Giorgio and Berman are sitting down to eat, and they're eating that Kelpian, which was kind of weird. And later on, Berman has an interaction over the thing with Saru, and he was like, and you could tell she was kind of like, I know what I did. I ate somebody. I ate one of your people. So that was pretty interesting. But we do learn that not only did Berman betrayed Giorgio in the regular universe, she betrayed her in the alternate universe as well. It's kind of a theme here, like these characters keep doing the same thing. She did betray her, and she ran off with Lorca because apparently what had happened was, growing up, Berman was always missing something, and Giorgio figured it out that probably was a father. Now her right-hand person was Lorca. That was her second in command. Michael Berman and Lorca developed a relationship over time, and as she grew up, that relationship went from being father and daughter type of teaching scenario into they became an item. They became lovers. So, and she ran off with Lorca and left Giorgio behind. So Giorgio has decided that her treachery has been complete, and that she will now kill Berman for what she has done to her. So she brings her into this room with all these like elite people of the Empire, and before she kills her, Michael Berman lets it known that I'm not from this universe, and shows her Captain Giorgio's comm badge. It's not really comm badge, it's just her insignia, that she's been holding around, that she got off the Klingon coffin ship. And so she showed it to her. She says, look at the scan it. You're going to see that there's a difference in it than what should be in your reality." She scans it and realizes, holy crap, she's, pardon my French, she's from the alternate universe, which Giorgio does know about because she knows about the USS Defiant. So her next action is literally to pick up this little device. It's like a little cylinder thing, and she throws it, and it goes through each one of these cabinet members' heads and kills them all off except for one. She makes the one that survives take the people away, and she gave him like a governorship of Andor, so which I thought was pretty funny. So then she starts having a conversation with Michael Berman about what's going on, what they need to do, and what she wants to do, and they want to get back to their reality. And then Emperor Giorgio reveals that when those crew members from the Defiant came over to that side, because of the rift they came through, they all went mad and killed each other. And then she goes, "Wait a minute, why aren't you guys gotten mad yet?" And that's when Berman let it out that they have a spore drive, and the spore drive brought them to this universe. So she makes a deal with Berman and says, "Look, I will get you that information. I'll get you the information to the Defiant, and I will help you out. But you're going to give me all the schematics to your spore drive because I want that." So Berman makes the deal. Berman's also pleading, says, "Can you let Lorca out now?" And Georgia won't let her. She's so betrayed by the other Lorca that even this one she can't let go. Meanwhile, throughout the whole episode, Lorca's being tortured in the agonizer, stuff like that. And this guy kept saying, "You either hurt or did something to one of his some girl this guy knew." He kept saying, "Say her name, say her name, say her name," and he wouldn't say her name because how could he know her name? It's not the same person. So they devise a plan and everything like that, and they're talking, and there's a weird scene where Giorgio starts talking about the fact that, like, in their universe, Berman and Lorca were really close together, that they should have been together, and she starts saying all this stuff, and meanwhile they start showing these little clips of Lorca saying these things, and you're kind of like, where is this going? And then they open up this big bay door, and the light shines in, and she squints because it hurts her eyes, and she literally says, "The only difference between us and you guys is our sensitivity to the eyes, our sensitivity to the light." And next thing you know, you start seeing Michael Berman put all the piece together, and you realize, and this is a major shocker, and I can't believe they did this, Lorca is the mirror Lorca. He is from the mirror universe. Where the regular Lorca is, I have no idea, but holy schmolies, it's a mirror Lorca. And when that happens, they go to Lorca. They flee to the Lorcas in the torture chamber. And, of course, he's got operatives on that ship, and they help him escape. And so it's so great. Berman realizes that and tells Giorgio that, oh, my gosh, this is what happened. That Lorca is your Lorca. And so it's a major realization. Holy cow, Lorca is the mirror Lorca, which would explain all these Star Trek fans have been complaining about Lorca's character and what they're doing with the show and how they're going with this. It explains all that stuff. It was amazing. I've been watching Talk Trek, which is a show that's on after that, every episode of this thing. And the producers and the writers and everybody been saying, stay with it, stay with it. We know it's different Trek than what you're used to, but stay with it. There's a reason for all this. There's a reason to stay with the story. Story is what you'll understand. And now we understand why things are different. It's a mirror captain. Of course he's going to act different. That's why he does everything he does. That's why he doesn't obey orders. And if you think about it, that's why when he was with Admiral Cornwell, and they were having that scene, and she was like, "You remember that time you did this?" And he was like, okay. The reason why he slept with the phaser underneath his bed and stuff like that, all that stuff makes sense now. And the reason why he doesn't follow Starfleet protocol, why he works on his own ambitions, all the things he does is because he's not from there. He's not Federation. He's not Starfleet. He's Mirror Universe. And I mean, boom, head just exploded. I cannot believe they went with this. It was so awesome. I cannot wait to see what happens next. You got a captain. They show a preview for next week, and Saru's literally saying, "Lorca is not captain of the ship anymore. We are. We will take care of this." So Lorca's not the captain anymore. If they make it back to the regular universe, what's going to happen at this point? They've got no captain. They can't bring him back. But at the same time, very interesting. I was talking to this with my wife. It seems to me that he's going to try to convince, if they do make it back, try to convince Berman to stay with him because he loves Berman very much. And as you can see, and it makes sense why he went after Berman, even though she was a traitor, why he's giving her all these opportunities with all this stuff, because of the relationship he had with her in the Mirror Universe. It all makes sense now. So, unbelievably awesome episode. I loved it from beginning to end. Probably without a doubt my favorite episode of the series so far. This Mirror Universe twist is awesome. Unbelievably awesome. I love it. Star Trek is just catapulting up way up above. I mean, it's just amazing. It's so well done. It's so good. We still have a couple episodes left, I believe, before they finish the season. Which is 12. There's 3 more episodes left. 3. I can count. 3 more episodes left before the the season's over with. I can't wait. I know for a fact that I did understand that they're going to be all in the mirror universe the next few episodes. So God only knows what happens next. Lorca is a mirror Lorca. He's got people on that ship. You know he's going to take that ship over. He's going to try to take it from Philippa and from Captain Giorgio and Berman. You know that's what he's going to do. He's going to do whatever he can take because what he's done the whole time. It also explains what I was really stoked about, how he had, like, in his, I call his Vault of Horrors, how he had a skeleton of a Gorn, and he had a bunch of possessions he shouldn't have because we haven't met those races yet. Obviously, he had in the Mirror Universe, so it explains everything. So even the most naysaying Star Trek fan right now can't complain because this is a plot twist that has never happened in Star Trek before. They have never done anything like this before, so kudos to everybody at Paramount, kudos to everybody at Star Trek who produced this show, who make this show. You guys are hit it spot on. Amazing. Thank you guys so much for giving us such a quality show and bringing Star Trek back, because this stuff is awesome. I've watched the episode twice already, and I'll probably watch it again later today. It is that good. So, with that being said, that is my review for episodes 11 and 12 of Star Trek Discovery. Be on the lookout for my review of next week's episode of Discovery, which will be episode 13. I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, please click the like button down below. Leave any comments. I don't get any comments in the Star Trek ones. Leave me some comments. What did you guys think about the episodes if you saw them? Were they good? Did you like them? Did you not like them? Do you think it's still a deviation from Gene Roddenberry's original creation? Do you think they're going to start bringing it into line now? Also, if you want to see more videos from Big D, please click the subscribe button on the top and you'll get more videos from me. So until then, always remember to keep hunting and live long and prosper. Thank you guys for watching.